Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do NFL Power Rankings for week 3. Y'all are excited for it because y'all like it. Alright, let's hop right into this video. We start with the New Orleans Saints at number 32. You know what? You know the drill at this point. Browns, Titans. There we go. The 3 worst teams in the NFL. They don't change. They never change. They're always going to be at that final spot. Unless there's something crazy happens, then I'm considering moving them. I might move the Saints up a little bit, though. They look pretty good versus the 49ers, but they still suck. And the 49ers, they got killed by injury, so why? Anyways, now let's get into the actual video. We got the New York Jets at number 29. They lost their quarterback, Justin Fields, to concussion. So, they're not going to be that good. And they got blown out by the Buffalo Bills. So, they'll go back 29. Then we got the 28 spot, the Miami Dolphins. Now, y'all wondering why we're going to be so low? We lost to the Patriots. Yes, we lost to the fucking Patriots out of all teams. We don't have a goddamn defense. Our offense sucks. Bio Mike McDaniel. You know how many times I said it repeatedly? Bio Mike McDaniel. Like, god damn, bro. Get rid of him. Dolphins at 28. It's going to be another wasted season. Not going to look good. 27 got Chicago. The Bills, they got blown out by 52 points to the Detroit Lions. How do you give up 52 points and they don't have Ben Johnson on the team? Ben Johnson's on the Chicago Bears. How the fuck do you give up 52 points, eh? Y'all suck. Then at number 26, we got the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers, they suck too. They don't have a defense. Their offense, though, they looked better with Bryce Young. Looked better than week 1. Impressed. So yeah, Carolina's going to move up. Let's see if they move up a little bit more. Then we got the New York Giants. I know they lost, but like they put up 37 points versus the Cowboys. That is something. So we're gonna put the Cowboys at not the Cowboys. We're gonna put the Giants at number 25. The Giants had a pretty good performance. I wonder if they're gonna do something, but for now, the Giants at 25. I like it. Then at number 24, we got the New England Patriots. The Patriots still suck. They just got a lucky win over the Dolphins, okay? They got a lucky win. They're not going to go up. They're going to be at 24. But the only reason why they're at 24 because they won a game compared to these 0-2 teams. So there's going to be a few 0-2 teams coming up soon. But the Patriots are going to be the only 1-1 team between the 0-2 teams. Another 0-2 team we have is the Houston Texans, who lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not Jacksonville. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night. And they should have won it, but they didn't. They choked at the end. So they're gonna be at number 23. At number 22, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. What the fuck was that? Anyways, next we got the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs, what happened to them, bro? What happened to the Kansas City Chiefs? As we know, the Chiefs dynasty, they're falling, bro. The Chiefs are falling apart, man. I don't know, man. The Chiefs not looking good at all. At 21, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars, they lost the game to the Bengals. So, Jacksonville's going to move down a few spots, but they still look pretty good. Trevor Lawrence did throw a lot of picks, so was it going him? But, oh well. Jacksonville, they're going to be at number 21. At number 20, they got the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, the Raiders can be debatable with Jacksonville, but because Jacksonville lost to a backup quarterback in Jake Browning, that looks way more worse than losing to Justin Herbert in the Los Angeles Chargers, but this time at home in Las Vegas. So yeah, but either way, the Raiders, they at number 20, and yeah, the Raiders though, the Geno Smith might be mid, I don't know, but they look terrific. At number 19, we got the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, they put up 40 points versus the Giants in a great shootout. They beat the Giants. They deserve to be up a little bit more. So they're going to be at number 19. At number 18 is the Vikings. I think I might move the Vikings a little bit more down. But the reason why I have them pretty low too, they don't have J.J. McCarthy anymore. He's out with injuries. Guess who's still backup quarterback? Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz looked terrible versus the Broncos last year on the Chiefs. But at the same time, though, you're in Kevin O'Connell's offense. He might actually perform better than J.J. McCarthy alone. Who knows? At number 17, we got the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons, they beat the Vikings on Sunday Night Football, so that's why. Also, the Falcons, they looked pretty good, I guess, versus the Vikings, so they're gonna be at number 17. They're 1-1 now, and yeah. Then at number 16, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, they... Okay, why is it doing that? The Steelers, they lost to fucking Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. You're fucking serious, right? How the fuck do you lose to the Seahawks out of all teams? But they did. Aaron Rodgers is back being his Aaron Rodgers self. Not looking good for the Steelers, but you know what though? They still did pretty good. They still look pretty bad, so we'll just drop them down to 16. At 15, we got the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, they beat the Steelers 15 to... Well, they beat the Seahawks, and they beat the fucking Steelers, so that'll give them something. So they're going to go all the way up to 15, and yeah, then at number 14, we got our first 2-0 team is the 49ers, who don't have Brock Purdy on that team, so they're not going to be high at all, but they're going to be decent. They're 2-0, but at the same time, though, you faced on the fucking Saints. You face on the Saints, you ain't moving up a bunch, bro. Come on. You ain't moving up. So, they're going to be at number 14. At number 13, we got the Denver Broncos. The Broncos, they somehow lose the game to the Colts. How the fuck do you lose to the Colts? I don't know. Daniel Jones might actually be back. And speaking of Daniel Jones, and the Colts, at number 12, the Colts beat the Broncos somehow. Somehow, someway, they blew up the Miami Dolphins. Is Daniel Jones back? Well, not back, but is Daniel Jones good? Maybe. The Indianapolis Colts are actually going to be... They might actually win the division. And I never knew I'll have the Colts at number 12 in my power rankings. I once had them for week 1. Will the Miami Dolphins are right now? Maybe will the Jets are. And now I have them going all the way up to fucking number 12. So, that's crazy. And at number 11, we got the Washington Commanders. The Commanders, they lost to the Green Bay Packers, but it's the Green Bay Packers. They're one of the best teams in all of football. How the fuck do you got to beat them, right? So the Commanders, they deserve to be at number 11. They're still a good team, but there's a few teams that did better than the Commanders. At number 10, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, they beat the Jaguars. Good for them. What sucks, he lost Joe Burrow till the end of the year, till December, so y'all might be cooked. Y'all actually might be cooked. So we're just going to put the Bengals at number 10. I wouldn't be surprised if they go a little bit low, but if they somehow pull off a win versus the Broncos next week, I'm going to be very impressed. But for now, I'm going to have the Bengals at number 10. At number 9, we got the Cardinals. They almost choked the game versus the Panthers, but at the same time, though, if we're looking at this slate, this a little slate, the Cardinals, they perform a little bit better than the Colts, the Commandos, the Bengals, and the Broncos. And the Bengals, they lost their quarterback, so they're not going to be that high in the list. The Cardinals almost did choke to the Panthers, though, so I should put them a little bit low, but for now, I guess they're a top 10 team, so I guess we'll cope with that. Then at number 8, we got the Detroit Lions. Now, they are 1-1, but they beat the Bears 52-21, and they looked excellent out there. The only reason why I put them at number 8 is because there's a lot of other teams that did very good. That deserves to be a little bit higher, but still, the Lions beat the Ravens next week. They're going to be back in the top 5. I'm guaranteeing they'll be back in the top 5. But for now, though, I'm going to have them at number 8. So, yeah. Then at number 7, we got the Los Angeles Rams. They beat the Titans, and if you beat the Titans, well, that's not really impressive. Well, the Titans are so bad. There's going to be other teams that actually beat actual teams. But still, the Rams looked pretty good. So, I might as well put them at 7. Why not? Then at number 6, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. God damn, the Buccaneers looked so good right now. Baker Mayfield, MVP. Baker Mayfield's going to be your MVP. I told you he's going to have an MVP caliber season. The Buccaneers are looking good. They're 2-0. They beat the Texans, which they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. So yeah, they deserve to be at number 6. And they're going to face on the Jets. They got an easy game. They're going to start 3-0 easily. And then at number 5, we got the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers, they beat the Raiders last night. Well, this morning, I guess, because it ends at 1 in the fucking morning. So they beat the Raiders this morning. 20-6. No, 22-19. 22-9. Not 22-19. That was the other game, Bucks and Texans. But Chargers, they're still a top 5 team in the league. They look very good right now. So I'm going to put them at number 5. They look very good. At number 4, we got the Baltimore Ravens. Not the Eagles. We got the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, they blew out the Browns last week. 41-17. And you know what? They're not going to lie. The fucking Browns, like, they're not the greatest. So it's not, like, super impressive to see them win. But at the same time, though, it doesn't matter. Like, they still kind of dominated versus the Browns, so I'm not surprised there. Overall, pretty good performing game for the Baltimore Ravens. And, yeah, basically it was a pretty good game. Then at number 3, we got the Buffalo Bills. They beat the New York Jets. Bro, if you beat the fucking Jets, yo, it's not impressive, bro. Good for you. You put up 30 points versus the fucking Jets. Good for you. Yeah, good for you. Go celebrate, Buffalo. Good for you. But yeah, the Bills, they beat the Jets, so no gonna. Yeah, they really impressed me that much, so, but still, I guess oh well. At least they looked fine, I guess, so they go at number 3. At number 2, we got the Green Bay Packers. They might take number 1 soon. If the Eagles, what the fuck? So wait, we're gonna talk about the Eagles and Packers very soon. Okay. What the fuck is happening? Okay. Packers and in our final team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, let's just get them up. Alright, so looking at those two teams. The Packers, they beat the Commanders. And the Eagles, they beat the Chiefs. Overall, both teams look good. The Eagles almost lost to the Chiefs. That was a close game. The Packers, they beat the Commanders pretty well. Overall, both teams looked very, very good. So I won't be surprised soon if the Packers go a little bit over than the Eagles. But for now, I'm still taking Philadelphia over the Packers because the Packers still looks pretty good. And yeah, this is going to be my power ranking. So let's just see a little bit of this, of the list, so y'all can see a little bit of it. And yeah, this is going to wrap up our video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you in another video. Goodbye. And this is our final upload for today. And a lot of uploads. You haven't seen them yet. Unless, I don't know, but doesn't matter. And yeah, I'll see you in my predictions video. Goodbye.